Good morning. This video is for Thursday, April 2nd. So I'm going to show you everything that we're going to do today. So obviously you know that I use Zeta's Google Classroom so you can see what it looks like from a student's perspective. So you can go on Guzman's Literacy, go over to classwork. So she has two assignments here. She has for classwork and then the CNN 10 quiz after she's done watching CNN 10. So on here, very first thing you do, you click on this, and this is going to be your bell ringer or your attendance or your question for the day. So the question is, do you think we will get to go back to school on April 20th? Why or not? And how do you feel about this? I'm going to answer this for her. And I'm going to say, I don't think we'll go back to school. Donald Trump extended the social distancing regulations until April 30th. I sometimes miss here. All right, and now remember, if you don't want to type, tools, voice typing. I don't feel very good about not going back to school, period. I miss my students, period. I miss being able to teach them in the classroom, period. I feel like we're missing out on a lot of learning by doing this online, period. It has been fun learning how to teach in a different way, but I wish I could have had time to prepare, period. Now again, if you don't want to type, please do voice to text because I want this to be long. I want you guys to really put what you're thinking, what you're feeling, because I'm going to make a binder for you and you can take this home and in 20, 30 years, you can go back and you can read what you were thinking and what you were feeling during this crazy time. So now remember, when you're done, you click share. No, I'm sorry, you click turn in. And next, here are all your instructions for the day. So first we're going to do a connection blend practice. Now remember, use your finger spell when you do this, okay? Make sure that you get it correct because when we get bigger words, you're going to need this. So this is the first thing that you do. Next, we do CNN 10. Remember, I recorded, I have to break it up in two parts. But let me tell you something that will really help you. So what you should do, I did notice that it was a struggle for you guys with some of you to take the quiz after you watch CNN 10. So in the one that I narrated, I pointed out some parts where I say, listen to this. This is important. This is one of your quiz questions. So you'll pay attention and I repeat the answer for you to help you out. But what I suggest you doing is go back to Guzman's Literacy. I suggest you open up the quiz, read the questions just like we do. Read the questions first, just like we do when we do our reading passages. So, and I put them in order. So as you're listening, there will be an order. So how many COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in New York? Well, as you're watching the video with me, when you hear these questions, you can immediately go over here and you can answer them. Does that make sense? So here they'll talk about how many cases there were. Then when they're done, you come over here and you answer the question. So that way you don't have to remember it at the end. Next, so this is the second part. This one is without me talking. So if you can't understand what's going on, just watch it. Here is a video about what a pandemic is, so that we can help you understand a little bit more about this coronavirus and how it spread around the world. There is some information about Japan in the video again. So it talks about here, this is a garden in Tokyo. This here is the Shibuya district, where it's almost like Times Square in New York, but this is in Japan. And this here talks about an ancient temple that's there and how amazing it is and everything that's inside it. Finally, you have your Newsela link. And you go and you'll find your assignments. Now, once again, okay, so this is a country of rich traditions. Candy Miyake keeps tradition alive. So she's making candy here. This one, rest in peace, Robo-Dogs. And this is about New York, where oysters are not just an appetizer because they help clean up the harbor. So these are the 4 that I put in today. 1, 2, 3, 4. You only pick one. You can read more than one if you want to, but you only need to pick one and read it and take the quiz. So if you get on here like this one, you read the article, how she makes this candy. And then you go to activities and you take the quiz, okay? Just one article. If you want to read more, you can, but I'd only need you, but you don't need to take the quizzes, okay? So that is what we have going on. Now remember, at 11:30, we're going to meet, we're going to Zoom, and we'll talk about the question that I asked you about whether or not you think that we're going to stay out of school longer or not. All right, 11:30, I'll post the Zoom code, okay? All right, you guys, have a good day, and I'll see you at 11:30.